Good evening, everyone. My target speaker is today Toastmaster Renucka Vaidya is going to give the speech on very interesting topic. So her pathway is pursuing influence and she's pursuing her level 3, project 3, and the project title is Inspires Your Audience. And time for the speech is 5 to 7 minutes. So all the best, Toastmaster Renuka, and it's over to you, to TMOD Sanat. Oh, sorry, I just missed out on the purpose statement. The purpose of this project is for the member to practice writing and delivering a speech that inspires others. So it's over to you, TMOD Sanat.
Thank you, Toastmaster Suvarna. Please help me welcome Toastmaster Renuka. Colors of Emotions. Colors of Emotions, Toastmaster Renuka.
Thank you very much. I hope I'm audible clearly. Thank you. Imagine this. You are working in a very reputed company. You work with full diligence, hard work, and sincerity. For weeks, you have been working on a very important project in close coordination with your superior. And finally, you have submitted that project. You are in the cafeteria enjoying that sip of coffee after you're done with your work. Suddenly, the supervisor storms in. What? You're sitting here? I was looking for you at your desk. Do you know that this project has been submitted 1 week late? I got a firing from our senior because you didn't submit this on time to me. And I told you specifically that use method A for conducting the calculations. Yet, you used method B. Do you know I have to sit and rework everything now? I have to listen to all the scolding because of you. But, sir, but we discussed, you said method B is okay for the calculations. You are going to argue with me now after I have heard all the firing? Just get back to your desk. We need to finish this work as soon as possible. We are already late. Okay. Now, imagine, after you've imagined this, think of what are you feeling? Any one-worded emotions that you would like to share?
Frustration.
Dejected. Disappointed.
Frustrated, and I didn't hear the second one.
Dejected. Disappointment or dejected.
Yes, that's right. So, do you notice that how we often talk about how are you feeling and never about what are you feeling? It isn't surprising that our culture doesn't teach us how to deal with emotions. We stereotype that men are usually practical while women are emotional and not in a positive way. So, no reason to learn about emotions, isn't it? So, we've also met people who say that I am very practical, I'm headstrong, I don't have emotions. Emotions are for the weak. But do you know that people who have problems in experiencing emotions, whether within them or in their interpersonal relations, have something called as a personality trait of alexithymia. It is characterized by dysfunctional emotional awareness and interpersonal relationships, followed by several psychological disorders. So, if not having emotions causes medical issues, that means having emotions is the most natural thing to all human beings, isn't it? So, let me come to my core question. How many of y'all have heard about emotional intelligence? A quick raise of hands. Yes, I have at least 4 to 5 hands going up. That's great. Now, for those of you who know of emotional intelligence, have you taken conscious steps to learn more about it or to learn its applicability in your life and become better for emotional intelligence? Exactly. We don't pay attention to our emotions at all. So, at the start, with the situation that I spoke about, I faced this situation when I was at work. being emotionally dumb, as I called myself back then, I took it very personally. It spoiled my mood. It spoiled my relations with my supervisor. I was angry. I was irritated, dejected, frustrated all at once. And that's when I felt that, okay, there is work to be done. Definitely work to be done on this front. So, this particular situation, though at a micro level, if I had more emotional awareness, I could see that whatever anger was being passed on by my supervisor was not really directed at me. I was working in close coordination with him throughout the project. Maybe he misunderstood something, he didn't give the directions clearly. It was somewhere his lacking or something else altogether, and that anger he was just passing it on to me for no rhyme or reason. A bit of emotional awareness, and I would have saved myself from a lot of negative emotions. But anyway, this is at a very micro level, you may say. Let's look at the macro level. Empathy. Can it cause some change? Let's look at a man who, at his time, was empathized enough, had emotional intelligence enough, rather, to understand the pity that the plight of women who were, at his time, uneducated, confined to their homes, had no ambition or resources. I am talking about Mahatma Phule. Being a man, he thought of educating women only because he could empathize. He could see the problems. And because of that, we see social change today. In fact, we are all here today because he started some movement so many years back. Let's also look at Veer Savarkar for an example. He worked at social equality, at removing caste discrimination. All of this was only possible because of empathy. That sparked change, that sparked social justice coming into the picture. So, emotional intelligence or emotional quotient is going to help make the world a better place. Definitely so. But you may ask, how do we start learning this? How do we start working on our emotional intelligence? Well, let's begin with emotional awareness. Let's begin with acknowledging our emotions in the first place. What are we feeling? Am I angry because I'm hungry? Am I crying because of some long lost issue and I'm blaming everything else that is happening in my life today? Let's become more aware. Let's understand what is really happening inside. And let's break that chain of passing on negative emotions to every other person that we meet. We end up doing that when we are not really aware of what's happening within us. Let's understand the different colors of emotions that exist within us naturally and paint a happier, beautiful picture of our life for others to share and read. Over to you, Toastmaster of the Day. Thank you very much.